We're underway. Great night of the week this on Fox League. Friday night, Raiders first possession. And ready to go with Emre Gula on the hit up from the kickoff. And safely negotiated, you have to say, by the defence in light of recent events. Gula into the starting side, Josh Papali'i to come off the bench tonight. Here is Tarpany, day short of his 30th birthday. Forward leader for Canberra. Levi, and then for Smithies. He will think like he's back home in these conditions tonight. Now to the left side, Strange and quickly along. Hudson Young, good ground made before engaging with the defence on halfway. It's Young versus Bullymore on that side of the ground. Strange with a kick. Trbojevic underneath it. He will have his first carry. And as you mentioned, Blocker, you know, winning matches they're expected. You go back to the Manly side's last defeat. That was in round 4 against the Dragons. They had an absolute shocker that day. So they carry the favourites tag here tonight. Saab on the run. We'll check in with Jake Duke in just a moment. Already a little damp. Cherry Evans for Bullymore. Bounced up and away from Savage. High promise for Manly in their opening set of the night to be 35 away from the Raiders line, and a shift with confidence. Trbojevic into the line. Kohler's pass was ill-directed. I don't think you're much of a chance in the dry. You're no chance in the wet of getting that one.
Well, both sides really just trying to go down that short side. He picked the numbers that time. Cherry Evans got the pass away, bumped away from a couple of tackles. Then they shifted the ball to their left-hand side. Just Kohler, execution. Here they are there. Bullymore, good start from him. Bounces away from Savage and straight away with the shift.
Let's go down to the sideline. Have you studied the weather charts, Jake? Are we stuck in this rain for the night?
Unfortunately, I think we are, Andrew. Good evening, everyone. It is atrocious conditions down here on the sideline. Hasn't stopped raining for about an hour and doesn't look to be letting up anytime soon. So it's all about high percentage football this evening and defence, especially if you're a Canberra Raiders side that's conceded 74 points in their past 2 games, and they come up against a Manly side who are undefeated over the past month and undefeated here at home this season. Let's see what Ricky's boys can do.
Encouraging there. Smithies with an offload, promoted the Raiders attack to inside the Manly 40 for the first time. That's Tarpany. How select will he be with his passing game tonight? One of the better offloaders in the competition. Levi. And that now for Kyo Weeks. Trbojevic has called for it. There's no one in front of him in challenging for the ball, and Manly in possession, 5 out from their own line.
Yeah, eyes only for the ball that time. Trbojevic straight on there. It's a good chase through. Good couple of sets to start the game here from the Canberra Raiders. A couple of offloads early. Smithies, the Englishman, with an offload. I don't think the coach Seabold will be real happy with that. And the message will go out. You've got to stop the offloads against this side. Don't let them get in the game.
Both these sides have averaged 8 offloads a game this year, just for the record. We'll monitor that. There's Jake Trbojevic on this run. In the history of Manly-Canberra matches, there was a game where both Jake and Tom scored in the same game. Doesn't happen all that often. Has against Canberra. Kick on the bounce. And Sebastian Crissett is bringing the ball back. So Manly with Opawati not there at fullback. Now for Savage. He has toughened up this season. Loved watching Xavier Savage play, from the fleet of foot to also a tougher version. Now Hopewadi with it.
Well, there's no doubt that he can make breaks and get on the end of breaks and score tries, but he had to be tough down the other end of the field, coming off their own line. Savage has certainly improved in that area.
Good carry from the other winger, Kotrick there. Now for Tarpany, not a bad set from Canberra. 38 metres away from the Manly line. It's a solid start to the game from Ricky's men. Tarpany got up in a little bit of pain. He's still hunched over. Ball out to Lau's wing. And again, Canberra give him safe contest with the catch. Well, no contest, really.
It's a little bit of a confidence booster for Kyo Weeks too. He's got his first couple of kicks away. Only a young fella in his second game for the Canberra Raiders. Hasn't had that much pressure put on him early.
12 games in his time with Manly over the last 2 seasons. Cherry Evans, trick shot, fielded on the full. Garrick with it, Sapoti pass to Tom. Has he not seen Tom Trbojević's highlight reel? He can score a try or two. Cherry Evans with the ball, offload to no one. Manly, well, that surprised me. Garrick had a clear pass to Trbojević. Not saying he was a certainty to score. Brooks and now Manly get it all wrong. And Canberra come up with it with Sebastian Chris.
Well, the great thing about it, you see the Canberra Raiders jumpers around that break. Once they made the break, that was a try gone begging, I reckon. Had he got the ball back on the inside there to Tommy, he would have scored for sure. Heads up play. Gee, he got there quick, didn't he? Garrick, straight downfield. Give it to him now, son.
You don't dummy to Tom, do you?
Damn it. Mightn't have paid for the coffee this morning.
Smithies on Young inside the Manly half. How audacious is that? 5 minutes into the contest, kick from inside your 30 to the wing. Now Levi on to Weeks. Went right up to the line, stabs it over the top. Talau got through the first man. Manly on play one outside their 20 and receiving a penalty. 6.5 minutes in. That is very much an example of what we call a piggyback, that one.
Yeah, just a little bit of a leg grab there by Gula. The tackle was made. A rule early in the tackle count too. Play one. You get the penalty, kick downfield. There's a little bit of a grab here on Talau. Just trying to slow him down that little bit.
Game 501 tonight for Ricky Stewart. Sadly, his worst record in the league is against Manly. 31% success rate for Ricky. Winning 10 of 32 games only. Singles on the restart. Pushed along to the centre of the field for Aloye to take the run. Well, still some rain, a set restart. It has eased. Well, not a good ball there from Paseka. No precision at all from Manly with some of their passing here. Saab held. Now Croker.
You know the good thing about that, Paseka tried to offload the footy. Instead of putting his head down, he rewinds, goes straight through the middle of the ruck. It's a good sign for him. He would have dropped his head a couple of years ago.
Got another set restart there. Ball with Garrick in the centres off the back of a 20-point game against the Eagles. He was stung in that tackle from Hopewadi. So Bullymore and Croker for Jake, along for DCE. Oh, going through was Waddell. And Daly Cherry Evans pulled that one back in. Milking the call from the referee. Still on for the Sea Eagles with Trbojević. Just 5 from the line. Time for a kick, you would think. And oh, Croker bounced away from the marker and goes himself. Back with a set restart. Manly with the ball. Cherry Evans, dummy. Arm shaking again for set restart time here. Canberra pushing or testing the referee's patience here. Then on for Aloye. 5 metres away from the line. It is Croker, Trbojević. Oh, good tackle, Levi. Dashed out of the line. Whitehead as well. Still with the Sea Eagles. Paseka in front of the posts. They've barely gone 5 or 6 metres wide of the left or right upright in this set. Croker now. And with it is Brooks. Short pass. It opened up. The referee said play on. And Tom Trbojević just charged his way through with barely a hand laid on him.
Gee, that's well practiced, isn't it? If you have a look at it, looks like he's going to pass the ball on the outside. Tom comes from the outside support, straight in that gap in the middle. You can't really blame him there. The defensive, this is just a great play. Brooks goes, straightens up, digs in the line. Looks like Tom's going to go at the back and he changes direction straight through. He gets the first try there for the Manly side.
That is nice. Coming back on the inside. Tom Trbojević, your first try scorer. The Harvey Norman replay looks sweet from every angle, I reckon. Total deception on the defence of Kyo Weeks, that?
Yeah, you can't blame him there, Weeks. He had 2 men coming at him like that. The pass, it looked like Tom was going to go at the back, then changed direction. Obviously, practiced pretty well for the Manly side. Could have been in a little bit before. That would have been his second try. Tommy had caught the ball a little bit early off Garrick. Anyway, he gets the first try. Well done. Manly with the weight of possession. Too much football. You can't hang on there.
94 career tries now for Tom, and 13 of those against the Raiders. And in fact, he's on a bit of a streak. Probably should have told you before kick-off. He's now scored in 4 straight games against the Raiders. Garrick himself on a bit of a streak, goal-kicking streak this year. Make that 11 in a row. So, 6-0 start to Manly.
Good start for the Manly Seagulls through Tom Trbojevic. He should have had the first try earlier when Ruben Garrick didn't pass to him, but he finds a line there, and a good omen for the Seagulls that they have won their past 11 games when Tom Trbojevic scores here at 4 Pines Park. And a beautiful ball by Luke Brooks. He's been in good form to start this season. That's a number of try assists now, and it finds the big man for the Manly Seagulls, Tom Trbojevic.
That's a nice number, Jake, if you're a Manly supporter. So 11 in a row when Thomas scored a try here at 4 Pines Park. Kyo Weeks.
Yeah, the only problem now for the Canberra Raiders, Tom, you mentioned could have scored a little bit earlier. He's in that sort of mood.
Scores with Aloye. So now Olakuatu, that leaves quite a hole in the Manly side. No Ben Trbojevic as well, but they do have depth in their forwards. And there's another penalty to Manly that will take them out of their own half.
That's Elliot Whitehead there, involved, been out for a number of weeks. He's had a bit of a grab at the football here, 3 in the tackle. Paseka, yeah, that's a steal.
So he will feel as if Paseka's just palmed it off to him, just let him have it. He feels like he's the victim there. And he just waited to hear what referee Atkins' explanation was. Aloye with the ball, 25 away from the Canberra line.
This is where they're at their best too, 30 metres out. Look at them. Look at the formation here from Manly.
Brooks, another run for Paseka. Attracting 4 defenders in. Manly with a converted try on the board. Croker left side. Brooks, they won't straighten. Trbojevic moved around the outside, and they did enough. Timoko in defence with Kotrick. Tom's a little slow to his feet there. And Croker loses his footing. The tackles down. Seagulls. Trbojevic. Aloye to take another one towards the posts. Cherry Evans is on the right, Brooks is on the left. They go left side with Brooks. There is Tom again. Defence up, and they've done the job again. Nick Kotrick, twice in that set, playing a key role.
Yeah, well done there for Kotrick to come in and make the tackle. 1-on-1. He's the danger man.
Okay, we're done now with that. Leave the
Gets the football. Kotrick made the decision early to come in and make the tackle on Tom. A little bit of push and shove going on.
Hold here.
Seems like an age since they've had the football, the Raiders. Look where they're hemmed in, right on their own goal line, 10 metres out.
13 tackles now for Manly inside the Raiders 20. Raiders 0 at the other end. They get a penalty this time.
Quick jump there from Manly. Just trying to get in and amongst them. We've already seen a couple of offloads early from the Canberra Raiders. You've got to stick to that. You can't go level pegging with this Manly side. You've got to try and get a few points on the board. Because once they get down the other end, they are dangerous.
Still here on a Friday night, ahead of Broncos and Roosters doing battle tonight. Kevy's men against Trent Robinson, his team. Big match here on Fox League.
All the way back.
He's rolling up the sleeves 40 metres out. Smithies was on that previous charge, and now for Strange, on for Hopewadi. This time with Levi and Smithies. And lovely grassing tackle there on Gula.
Hello, it was. Great tackle.
Shocked him in half. Tarpany there turns, was hoping to pass. About 3 in the tackle. Last it is for the Raiders. First real chance. They've got a set restart on the last. What a bonus. That's a lottery win of sorts. Poor discipline. Manly, Whitehead on play one.
Simultaneous.
Ooh, gee, got away. Simultaneous, the ref says. It was an ordinary offload. Under pressure. It's time for Gula. Backing into the defence. This time Levi Weeks. Oh, and again, Brooks put his body on the line and Whitehead went over the top. Levi with it. They're a chance. Kyo Weeks. Kohler comes up with a tackle with Talau there for Manly. Ball was Strange. Likes to run. Can bust a tackle. It's almost on knees. Hands and knees going over the line there. Loose ball. Last tackle. Switch. Hudson Young has got a grubber in him. Couldn't thread the needle though.
They should have got the ball back there again. Should have been 6 again to the Raiders. Kavojevic was offside. Here's Brooks' tackle. What a grasser on a big man too. We saw him last week against Parramatta pull off a couple of big hits. Defence has improved out of sight.
The way they've formed up early, Canberra, certainly in defence, Sebastian Chris playing fullback, but in attack, it's been more Chris out at left centre. And Hopewadi playing a fullback role, a more central role. Kavojevic on the run. Tom, that is, 5 short of halfway. Now, Cherry Evans to kick on the last. No great pressure on him. So there is Sebastian Chris. We got to see him at fullback many times last year. And the injured brigade for Canberra remains Jordan Rapana.
That's a big body for him at the back too. Chris playing fullback. Just have a look at that charge after the contact. He made it loose another 4 metres. So good start to the set. There'll be a reasoning that Ricky's got him back there.
This time, Kotrick back 3. Working hard in these conditions. Kotrick flick pass. Scooped up by Tarpany. We'll see Kotrick in the thick of it tonight. Oh, lost! Good night. Talau's away. Whitehead couldn't gather it in. Looked up. No one at the back. It's a gift to Tommy Talau, really, to sprint away and have Manly's second try.
Well, they're just starting to get themselves back into the game, weren't they? Just trying to move the football around a little bit too much. Some miracle passes being tried to be thrown by the Raiders. One out the back. Here's Kotrick now with the flick out the back. That's all right. They should have played off the back of that. Shift straight away they did to the right-hand side. This is the ball that shouldn't have been thrown. Whitehead can't handle it. It was a poor pass. Talau picks it up. Can't believe his luck. Sprints away. I think they're the best in the league at long-range tries to the Manly side. There was no way you're going to catch him there. The cover was up in the line. Talau, beautiful hands. Just plucked that with the left hand, and away he went.
Timiko obligated to know that his winger had taken the previous play infield, so Nick Kotrick's not going to be on his outside.
Well, it's not a sin to run when you've got the power of Timoko. Like, I'd be thinking run all the time. I wouldn't be trying to offload the ball before the line.
Poor old Elliot Whitehead, who's at, what's he played this year? 34 minutes. He's found himself out on the wing. And a half an error, and that's all it was, half an error. And it just falls into the breadbasket of Talau. Garrick, the streak is over. And he's been really good. His sideline conversion rate has been great this year, one of the best in the league, but he misses that one, and 10-0 to Manly. There it is. He got a piece of it, Elliot Whitehead. He turns around, but before he even had a second chance at it, it's already in the lap of Tommy Talau.
You've got to see how good the hands were from Talau too. Just throws out that left hand. I think you take away from the handling skills of these blokes in these sort of conditions. That was a great take, one-hander, and away he went. Wasn't even a full tilt.
Raiders haven't scored a first half point the last 2 weeks. Got to go back to 09 to find the last time that happened 3 weeks in a row. Allier brings it back. 18 and a half gone. And yet another run for Taniela Paseka. His numbers, 5 hit-ups. On to Waddell, running hard at Kyo Weeks there.
I reckon he might be in the talk for State of Origin, Paseka. I reckon he'll be in the conversation.
Last time he played the Raiders last year, had a 20-run game for 203 metres. Wouldn't hurt producing those numbers tonight. A Tom Trbojevic offload has Manly with Brooks 40 metres away from the Raiders line on the last tackle. Croker, Cherry Evans, again no kick pressure on DCE at all. Savage though under pressure, good catch. In front of Jason Saab. Still haven't really seen a genuinely contested bomb though tonight, have we? Are they a bit spooked by the tweak to the rules this year? They're just not getting there. And
I suppose if you're right on the spot and you contest for the ball when it's in the air and you're right there at the exact right time, you might as well go for it. But if you're a little bit off,
yeah, you're thinking you concede penalty and up they go 20 or 30 metres for free. Levi ran and then offload. This on the last tackle. Timokal had to fashion a kick there.
Here's an example of the hands again. Talau, what about that for a pickup? Plenty of confidence. Great hands from the winger.
Ooh, high tackle. Crowd go up.
It's accidental.
He's got it. Grant Atkins.
A little bit of footwork on Gula at the line. There's a little shimmy. Throws the arm out. Nothing in it. Penalty sufficient.
Got a save block still. I know you play at the top level. I'm glad it's not me.
Well, those little blokes getting around the ruck with a bit of footwork. Try and deter them from coming in there, haven't you?
That's it. Well, you used to say they can't run without eyes.
Or heads.
Or heads. Anyway, back in the dough. Manly with a free kick, 35 metres out from the Raiders line. Allier. 2 tries on the board for Manly. Croker up for Brooks. Seka. Looks fit, looks strong. Another big carry.
Can't put him on the ground.
They can't. He's just standing there. He's not a big statue. As Brooks, little jet, little swerve on the edge. Kyo Weeks better. Timokal as well. On Waddell. Here goes Tom.
Great tackle, Levi.
Tom had real intentions of getting to the try line there. Jake Trebojevic. Cherry Evans, kick behind the line. Billy Moore trying to get there. Ball is loose. It comes back. Your lucky number is 7. The Manly number 7 is on a try-scoring rush at the moment. He's got another one.
Do you know, that's great play from Cherry Evans. It's easy just to kick the ball and just sit back. It looks like the Raiders are going to clean it up, but he stays alive. And it'd be easy just to sit back and admire your kick here. But look at this. Plays on, keeps moving. Gets the opportunity. Cherry Evans in. Well, you think he's going to clean it up here at the back. Looks like it. He's in there for all money. Strange it is. Bounce of the ball. Cherry Evans right on the spot. Chris can't come across quick enough.
Another one.
He's got that scavenger's tries, doesn't he, Cherry Evans? But he does it by keep moving. That's how he does it all the time.
He's set up many tries in his career. He's now got 90 of his own. 90 tries. Tailing Cherry Evans. Manly have 3 on the board. 2 have come from errors, if you will, from Canberra. Strange hasn't cleaned up there. Whitehead didn't collect the pass up the other end. And now they've got plenty of work to do.
They remind me a little bit of the Melbourne Storm of years gone by. They can just tick over the scoreboard and you look up and you go, all of a sudden, he kicks this at 16-0.
They've had 58% of the ball, it must be pointed out, and completed 15 of 17 sets in these conditions. It's a good effort. And Garrick, bad juju for Garrick all of a sudden, has missed 2 after kicking 11 straight.
Daly Cherry Evans, that's 315 NRL games, 14 seasons, and he had his first trip to the judiciary this week, available to play after having that dangerous throw charge downgraded, and he makes the fight worth it. He's now scored 5 tries in his past 5 games. A great kick there, and another Canberra Raiders error gets Manly another try, and they've made some changes here, the Manly Seagulls. The replacement front rowers, Matt Lodge and Nathan Brown, are onto the field. Maybe we're going to see a Nathan Brown run back from the back fence here.
Well, the good thing is they're starting front rowers. When they bring these guys on, there's a mistake again for the Raiders.
Garrick played it smart. And yes, Jake, Nathan was coming from the back fence. literally, like from the signage.
Well, the thing is with their depth too, they don't lose any momentum with Brown and Lodge coming on. And Simply too, very underrated player, got himself in good nick, so he's on their bench here this evening.
Oh boy, and Cherry Evans, 25 metres on the touch finder. Easy one for the touchy to rule there. Manly on the back of a third try straight away. 20 metres away from the Canberra line. Browners and Lodge come into the side, ready with their hands up, ready to go. Lodge, they were so slow to move away there. Brooks, there's Brown, so they get their first touch quickly. Set restart, Manly. Croker now. And Brooks, Jig and Straighten. Asking a lot of Canberra here. They're mixing it up the Manly side. They miss out Tom Trbojevic. He ended up in goal. Played right on the line. They find a pass. Oh, Tom's put it down, but a penalty for offside.
Albert. Come on.
No, too many penalties. Albert Opawati's been sent to the bin
Twice yourself.
for set restarts. Manly have had 5 tonight. 4 penalties, 5 set restarts. On the 10th infringement, a player goes to the bin.
Yeah, we're doing anything they can to try and slow this Manly side down. A couple of penalties Manly they've given away, the Raiders have given away when Manly have been coming out of trouble. But there's been 3 or 4 on their goal line too, so the referee's had enough.
And then straight away from the tap, Cherry Evans floats it over. Oh, Saab was hit hard. And then threw the ball away and fielded by Hudson Young, who steps big time off the mark.
Well, that was well done by Savage too. Put his body on the line, reacted really quickly. Hits the ball back here for the Raiders. Look at that, bang. Nice tackle.
The pass from Saab. So the infringement count, set restarts, penalties combined, it is 10 Manly, 2 Raiders so far tonight. 5-1, both counts. And Grant Atkins had enough, and Hopewadi goes to the bin. Kicking with Kyo Weeks. 14-0. You're playing at Brookvale, and you're now down to 12.
Yeah, it's hard too when you're playing when you've had no ball virtually in good field position, and the opposition's got plenty of restarts. You've got to try and slow them down somehow. He paid the price for it, Hopewadi.
They come Hopewadi's way straight away, where Hopewadi would be, Manly. Good tackle from Strange on Garrick. This time with Saab. And, oh, he's lifted up. They really took care of him there, Canberra. And I mean, they were conscious of what was going on. The penalty is blown, but respect for Canberra. They didn't make that into a nasty tackle.
No, I thought it was good play by the Canberra Rays. They got him up, and they thought, hello, he's in a dangerous position, we'll help him out. Blew the whistle pretty quickly.
Anyway, that's the rule once you go past the horizontal. So Manly with the ball, deep inside Canberra's territory again. Field position is becoming a bit one-sided, the battle. Brooks and the Hirsute Lodge now with the ball, 10 from the line. Croker back with Brooks, right side, Cherry Evans, Tom Trbojevic on himself, great tackle, offload to Garrick, dummy and run and score. Manly get their 4th. Tom throws the last pass. 18-0 the home side.
And I'll tell you what, it was good there. Tom Trbojevic backing himself. Thought he might have been able to score, but he's got the ability to stand in tackles. He's nearly 6'5". He's Tom Trbojevic, always on the ball. This time on the right-hand side, backs himself. They came in to try to make the tackle. Offloads the football. Garrick throws the dummy on the outside. Saab would have scored himself. Throws the dummy. They're done for numbers again. There's Savage coming in and trying to make the tackle on Trbojevic. The fence out. They grass him. He's allowed to get up and pass that football. Garrick does the rest.
Yep, little dummy. Ooh, gee, caught one across the beak from Hudson Young on the way through. It's going to sting a little. So what's happened to you? Not that you're a goal-kicking expert, Blocker, but I'm going to make you one. What's happened here with Ruben Garrick? He with 11 in a row. He's been in great form. He's missed his last 2. Any tips?
No.
No.
I mean, Andrew, honestly, I never even got a kick in my last game. Why would you ask me?
You still don't know whether you're a left or right footer.
Yes, it's it.
So here he is, Garrick.
I think he's aimed a little bit too far to the left.
Oh, hello,
Andrew,
you've come in late.
I'm right behind him here.
Garrick, 21 metres out, 6 in from touch, on its way. He's corrected things, even without blockers' advice. 20-0 to Manly. And this Sunday from midday, Australian Steve Erceg looking to become the UFC flyweight champion. You can order UFC 301 now at mainevent.com.au. Might be a good weekend just to stay indoors. The weather forecast is a bit bleak for this part of the world.
The whole weekend?
The whole weekend, watching Fox Sports, Main Event, Fox League. There's your lead pass. 20-0 Manly. Raiders, first half points, hard to come by. Stab this time on the restart. Here comes Brown. Wow. Wow.
Won't worry him, he'll do it again.
No, down he went. Lodge follows up. Raiders get physical. Nathan Brown, now cult hero at Manly. Brooks.
And the big thing is you're renowned for it now. You've got to keep doing it, otherwise the fans will be disappointed.
Watch it again on the replay. Watch the defence. All bowled upright. Brown. Bang. 3, including Big Papa, out there now for the Raiders. Kick is solid from Croker over the head of Chris. Making the Raiders work. They're playing with 12 men at the moment. Chris comes back with some velocity there. Well done, Sebastian Chris.
Yeah, that's why he's putting back there. He's done that a couple of times so far for the Raiders. Got him off to a good start.
5 minutes still in the bin for Hopewadi. Chris, you thought was going to be trapped inside the 20, but such was the determination of the run. Got them outside the 30, and now on play 3, they're almost back to halfway. They've completed 9 of 11.
Yeah, pretty hard for Big Papa to come on now, and they're 20 points behind. Trying to ignite something into the Raiders here.
And then offload. They've got a feel for the Raiders. They've made only 2 mistakes in the whole game in the wet conditions. 30 minutes, and Manly scored off both of them. Short side, Kyo Wicks. They'd love an error here from a kick. Not getting it there from Trbojevic. So Seagulls with the ball and a big 4.5 minutes. They can come back from 20.
Just have a look how short the defensive line is of the Canberra Raiders here. Look at the width here of Manly. They'll shift it next play, I reckon.
All right, but they've got their main men for that shift. Cherry Evans with Trbojevic near him. They'll go another one with Nathan Brown, though. And up over the 30 he goes. Now straight through the centre. Jake for Tom. Canberra come up with a ball. Why not a flick pass? Why not indeed? Flick pass from Elliot Whitehead. For Kyo Weeks to score has stunned the crowd here. That is quite incredible. The Raiders with something a little miraculous.
Well, he just makes such a difference, doesn't he? Elliot Whitehead, the captain, comes back here for the Canberra Raiders. A mistake, a very rare mistake, I must say, from the Manly side, and the flick pass is a beauty. Wicks with the presence of mind to stay alive. Back on the inside, it was a set play. They do it a lot. Jake and Tommy, and there's the flick. That's a great pass. Too much speed, Wicks.
I'm going to make a statement. Elliot was down knackered here. He was out of breath. He ends up with a ball.
That's clever.
I'm not running 30 metres, but let me show you this trick.
You know, it's a big play too, especially when you're down 20 points to 0. You need to ignite and do something. It's a percentage play.
Didn't look a natural flick pass, I've got to say, on reflection.
But worked.
Oh, yeah.
Effective.
Well, you weren't expecting it, were you? Elliot Whitehead, as we mentioned, just the 34 minutes this year. He's had a lot of calf problems. He's entitled to be a little short of match fitness. But what a warrior he has been for this club. And to score with 12 men, of course. So it's got to make Albert feel a little better to have his teammates post their first points of the night and their first half points in 3 weeks.
Very important to complete when you're a man down. And that was just something special there. They chanced their hand. Weeks will convert his own try here, right in front. And they're going to give him a rap, the Raiders.
There it is for 20-6. Well, we said by the numbers, they probably didn't think they deserved to be 20-0 down. 7.5 to go in the first half. Fair juggle too, isn't it?
Yeah, he did well to hang on to it too, in these sort of conditions. Look at Wicks calling for the ball there. Back on the inside. Croker can't foot it with him. Got good speed. Really speed and scores for the Raiders.
Always nice to get one against your former club. Whitehead sets up the try in his last year.
Stay behind.
Sea Eagles having to kick off for only the second time tonight. Probably on the run back. 20 points to 6. They're going to feel a lot better about that. Oh, Papali'i stays down.
Yeah, mate, we'll get it reviewed. We'll give it a look.
Suggestion of, I suppose, a tip drop.
Yeah, someone falling in the back of the legs. It'll be interesting to see this. Big pup, but I don't think he stays down unless he's hurt.
He's not.
Tough bloke for a long, long period of time. Who's that falls on the back of his leg here? Oh,
Is
dear, I
any
don't know.
dangerous contact? Oh, there's weight on there, G.
Yeah, jeez.
Okay.
I suppose the letter of the
player?
rule, he's
Nathan
laying
Brown.
on the back of his legs, but
Nathan!
there was a lot of
Attack
force
is on
there.
report.
Okay, just report.
No, it's not necessarily, mate. The majority of the weight's on the ground. It's not directly on top, okay? Got dangerous contact here.
So, explaining to Elliot Whitehead why no sin bin compared to what we saw last night, which was Isaac Tungle for Penrith. It was a little more severe than that one. The penalty all the same for Canberra, and just having possession at the moment when you're one man short means plenty. Oh, just make it there.
Yeah, it's a bonus if you can get a try when you're a man down. The most important thing is to complete. Give him cheap ball back.
Well, I reckon they've shown enough spirit tonight, Canberra. At 20 points to 6, there might be another try in the before half time. They're on the end of a 6-2 penalty count and 5-1 set restart count. Ball with Mariota there. Centre field, 19 out. Chance again with Canberra. Levi and Weeks setting it up for Chris. Almost got through the tackle of Brooks. That's a third. Levi. He's got 4 tries of his own this year. Papa playing short of the line. Set restart Canberra. Offload. Chance on the left. Strange with the ball. Doesn't pass. Caught in the tackle of Garrick. Screaming for the ball was Savage.
Can we get Timoko the ball somehow?
Papali'i with it. But they've got a few tackles up their sleeve here. A set restart again. Manly might be going down the sin bin line. Ball with Weeks. Held up. Brooks and Waddell in the tackle. Raiders, Levi, right side. Manly wall there. Levi back. Play on for Smithers. Then for Strange. In a few minds, he's got a good step. And he shows us a left and a right there. Papali'i back on. 13 on 13. Smithers. Hudson Young. Sandwich between maroon and white defenders. Still in front of the posts. Papali'i can't offload that time. Lodge hanging on with Bullymore. 4 tackles Raiders. Kyo Weeks got it away. It's another error. But at least this one doesn't lead to a runaway from Manly.
Well, the good thing about it, they're trying to play a little bit of footy, aren't they? They'd be under fatigue. Haven't done a lot of ball in the first half. A lot of restarts for Manly. And that's an opportunity gone begging there for the Canberra Raiders.
Only their 3rd error of the night. Pass astray. Brown Sipley now for Manly. Only his 4th game of the year. Had that suspension from the pre-season. Brown, Trbojevic, Brooks, overlap, left, Kohler, flung to ground. He's having a good night in defence, Nick Cottrell. Back to Brooks.
He had to make that tackle there. It was 3-on-1.
Here's the wobbler. Look out. The bounce is there. Now it's a contest. And they're going to say knock on against Canberra. Savage may challenge.
They're uncompeting for the ball.
And they'll be rushing to form the scrum too. The Manly side, try and get time off.
Reluctantly, Savage walks away.
There was the knock on.
20 seconds. Let's go,
See
Raiders.
Garrick try and knock the ball back, but just look at it. Savage just tries to collect it on the way down there.
Let's go
Certainly
down,
close go in the air.
Heads in, heads in, heads in. Head down, Josh.
Manly have Turbo just hanging around back right of the scrum. Raiders anticipating open side rush, put all their defenders there. Sipley with it. VB hard-earned index. Tom just ahead of a couple of his teammates, Aloye and Bullymore. They can share a pallet. Manly 12 metres away from the line. Croker. For Brooks. He's had a few dashes at them tonight, Brooks, his 3rd run. Slow play the ball, or slowish. Brown, Cherry Evans, double pump. Tom for Garrick. Tried to pass back inside. Ball touched by Canberra. No knock on and gathering it back in, Garrick, according to the referee. Brown is with the ball. 4 tries in this first half to Manly. 2.5 to go. Big set, this one, for the Raiders in particular. Brooks. And Tom has lost it. And Canberra come up with the ball. That was soft.
It certainly was. Just trying to get himself involved in the game here, Tommy. Just snatching at the football. Ball out the back. I think he was thinking about what he was going to do, trying to beat the man on the outside before catching the ball.
Never really had a good handle of it, did he? This is the first game of 2 tonight on a big Friday night on Fox League. Broncos and Roosters tonight. Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane. Where Luke Keary will still be retiring at the end of the season. Raiders are 9 metres away from their line. I say, I've really liked their spirit tonight. I'm not writing them off at 20 points to 6. Now, Levi. It could have got really ugly in that 10-minute period with Hopewadi off the field. Manly in a mood. Could have got into the 30s. As it is, they're down by 14.
All the way back, Ruben.
Slow play the ball from Chris. It has toiled hard in this first half. He's had 5 runs and 19 tackles. Kyo Weeks twisted as he kicked. And Tom is underneath it. They had 1 trick shot earlier. After 5 minutes of play, they put the kick out to the wing. Would they be daring to do it here in the final 30 seconds of the first half? Looking for 5 wins in a row, the Seagulls. Waddell on that carry.
Stop!
Pretty keen to get into Canberra territory here. Maybe DCE long-range field goal attempt is the intention here. 5 metres inside the Raiders half. Croker takes one. Cherry Evans was trying to position Tom Trbojevic. So Cherry Evans out of the play on last tackle, and that will do us anyway. Still a good first half for Manly, but maybe a little in the tank. Half time, 4 tries to 1. Manly 20, leading the Raiders 6. Yeah, mixed night a little for Tom Trbojevic, but still tackle bus offload, breaks, try assist tries as well as a few errors. Second half underway, Manly first possession, simply the runner. Seagulls using Sipley, Brown and Lodge all in the first half off the bench. The backup dummy halves, you get to see the football, early offload, and Sipley's on the run again. That was from Lodge, the pass. Now Brown. The objective from Manly, we'll hear from Jake Duke shortly, but would be not to give Canberra even a chance. Snuff out any fight, any chance of a fight back. Croker. Now Trebojevic. No team has come back from 14-point or more deficits more than Canberra since 2020 of all the NRL clubs. They've done it a few times. So it's in the kit bag. Last tackle back for Cherry Evans. Bobbing from 39 metres out. Savage there with it. So Canberra have the ball for the first time in the second half. Whitey should be fresh after 10 in the bin in the first half.
Well, that was the problem for them in the first half, wasn't it? The Raiders just playing off their own line, trying to get up over the 30-metre line. It was a big struggle in the first half.
You wanted to see more of this bloke, Timicor, just there in just one run. You see what he can do. A bit Joey Manu-like, just beats players from nothing. And he has been in grand tackle-busting form this year. Matt Timicor, a star of our game. Smithy's on for Strange. And then Hudson Young running at Cherry Evans and Jake Trebojevic. Bit of experience there. Last tackle Raiders. 41 away from the line. Kyle Weeks. Raiders try scorer from the first half. Tom has to run some distance. And then the catch with the ball. Let's go down to the sideline. Jake, what did you find out from the coaches at halftime?
Ricky Stewart really agreed with your sentiment from the first half, Andrew. He was really happy with their effort despite the fact that they're down 20 points to 6. He said things went against them. They just got to get the first try in this second half and anything can happen. Meanwhile, Seagulls coach Anthony Seibold, happy with the scoreline, but didn't think his side had a hard enough edge to them, didn't think they were ruthless in the right moments to really put this result beyond doubt in that first half. Not focused on scoring more points, just wants solid defence in this second half.
Tipping inside the bench forwards, Lodge, Brown, Sipley, all working hard there for Manly. All very direct. Cherry Evans, another ball. They may play it this one. Garrick's getting through, no, plays the man. Savage with it again for Canberra. He's there at dummy half after the catch by Chris. He's able to defuse a couple of high balls.
They've turned them around pretty well, haven't they? Again, we see the Raiders. They need a penalty here. Get themselves up the other end. Get through their set and kick. Get a kick on the end of it.
2-to-1 ratio. The penalties and set restarts tonight for the home team. Levi back in for Papa. And put the bumper bar up as he got to Jake Trebojevic there on halfway. Last play Raiders. Kyle Weeks. He's made a fist of halfback tonight. He's had a go. Fielded there. And Tommy Talau. So Manly possession again. They're going set for set to start the second half.
He's scored their only try, hasn't he, Wixon? He's been in control of the kicking game. Very important. Fogarty was playing such good football. You have a look at sides that lose their halves for long periods of time. So, difficult situation for the young fellow. I think he's handled it pretty well.
Yeah, and Fogarty's kicking game had been exceptional. One of the best bomb kickers in the comp, you'd have to say.
Well, have a look what's happened to Parramatta with no Moses. It's exactly the same thing now for Canberra.
Another hit up from Lodge. Manly, Cherry Evans, lovely little step. Got him past Mariota there. It was good from DCE. Slow play the ball though, and that allowed the Raiders up. Kick from Brooks. Raiders have got it covered again. Chris to bring it back. Doesn't muck about. Canberra outside their 20. This little arm wrestle to start the second half continues. That was Savage. This has come despite the fact conditions have improved markedly here. Nothing like the heavy rain we started with tonight. Kotrick. 7th carry for the night for him. Cross with Mariota. Then Levi. Chris delivers again. His 13th carry of the evening. No one's run for more metres tonight. Strange went down that left side. Ball bounced up. Atkins says not played at. I don't think that Ethan Strange is too happy about it.
It's pretty hard to thread that through there with that kick. There's plenty of legs and shins around the ball, just to kick and hope. The ball comes off Garrick.
Seagulls back with it, but all completion rates so far since the second half intact.
I haven't seen a shift so far in this second half from Manly.
Just working hard. It's like they're maybe instruction lay a platform first. Certainly the bench forwards are going strongly. Lodge, Brown simply to start the second half. Now a shift. Kohler with it. And Kohler ran in, well, he was helped by Timico and maybe ran into Kotrick's shoulder there. Oh, and up they come quickly there. Whitehead, loose pass. Croker, Tom Trebojevic. Swings it out for Cherry Evans. Jake found himself out wide. Still on with Garrick. Back for Cherry Evans. Jumping about in front of the defence. Surely there wasn't a hole there. He almost found one.
He throws two dummies to no one there.
Last tackle. A high kick from Brooks. They're there to challenge it and somehow hits the grass first. They've disrupted each other, the catches there. They went up, but not at the ball. Referee Atkins was left scratching his head. What do I do here?
You've got to do something different here. You've got to chance their hand. The Canberra Raiders just running next to the ruck. Although they've been strong and completed well in the second half, they're behind on the scoreboard 20-6. You do something a little bit different here. Have you got the personnel to do it?
Doing it tough in this set block. 4 tackles in. Now 5. 25 out from their own line. This has been a very modest game this set for Canberra. Big kick required. Pressure rests on Weeks. He does well. Trebojevic fields it outside his 20 and Canberra chase hard. But the Seagulls not hemmed inside their 20. They're on their 40 to start this set.
Yeah, it's a bit of a win for Manly there. Starting their set on the 40. They've gone on a little bit of a lull too.
Sitting on that right side. Saab in from the wing. Haven't seen those long legs sprinting tonight as yet. Brown misses out Lodge. Brooks with it. Little show inside Trebojevic. Wrong footing defenders. Lurking across field. Now Garrick with it for Manly. Now Saab gets his chance. He closes quickly. 4 tackles up. 20 from the line. Big shift called for. Brooks. Cut out ball for Kohler. Straightens up and held by Whitehead, who continues to work hard for the Raiders. He leaps back to the defensive line. Penalty here. It's pressure crusher tackle there.
I believe he let his head out.
20-6, what do you do here? It's kickable, but I mean, you'd be putting the pressure on, wouldn't you? They look out on their feet. Have a look at the Canberra Raiders now. We can get a shot. Blokes with hands on hips, hands on heads. They're going to keep the pressure on. Good call.
14 in front. 9 minutes into the second half. They've had the better field position in the match. They've scored 4 tries. Brooks, show, outside with Tom. By and large, they've done a reasonable job on him tonight, Canberra, but you just got to keep it up. Scored the first 4-pointer of the night. Waddell. Now Croker, and on for Brown. There is DCE. Cut out ball for Garrick. W and Ryan, they'll score. A little too easy. Reuben Garrick has another try. He's amassing plenty of points. Wearing the number 4 on his back.
Yeah, you can put it down to 2. We're saying about the Canberra Raiders been out on their feet. They got the penalty, Manly. Just to the left of the upright, about 15 metres out, they decide to attack. Garrick backs himself. Harvey Norman replay there. Garrick goes over to score. It's the second time that he's thrown the dummy. Gone himself. You're going to throw that dummy. You've got to score. Too much pace on the outside of Hopawate. Garrick goes in for number 2.
5 tries, make it 6. He just keeps adding. try in the first half. Maybe that's why he dummied to Trbojevic. He feels like he's in some sort of red-hot form. He had an early break in the first half and had Tom unmarked and decided to dummy and run.
Again, it's a repeat set, or the penalty that they got. Much the same as a repeat set, really. Just too much football going Manly's way. They're good enough to score again. As I mentioned last week, the floodgates really opened up against Parramatta. And let's see what the mindset will be. They've scored first in the second half. Let's see what their will is now.
Right on the touchline, where he's had a really good record this year. 6 from 7 from the left, 4 from 6 from the right. His misses tonight haven't necessarily been from right out on the line. Carrick hangs it out right. He'd be unhappy with things tonight. 3 misses, 24-6, 5 tries to 1. What about State of Origin? It gets a little closer. Wednesday, June 5, Accor Stadium in Sydney. The Origin kickoff. Be there to witness every moment of real rivalry. Tickets at nrl.com/tickets. May the 3rd today, June 5. Get an up honors block. A magic round in between, of course. We can't wait for that. Sorry to hear Fletcher and Hindy won't be there. There's 2 ring-ins they've got going up in their place. Apparently they announced last night on
they've been barred.
The Late Show with Matty Johns. Yeah. Kickoff restart. Reed shakes the head because I think he wanted it a little deeper. Manly, oh no! Matt Lodge, he's never had hair in his eyes before. He drops the ball from the kickoff on the pass. Canberra will have possession.
Brandy be saying, "What are you doing, mate? That's my trait. Give me the football."
You know he went to Turkey for the hair transplant.
I read that. Yes. Yes. They've done a good job. It's a nice rug.
It's a long way to go, though. 10 away from the line. Raiders from the scrum. They can strike straight back. Hopewadi bounces away. Ooh, he had Hudson Young in the vicinity there. 10 from the Manly line. Need to score this set. Bounce straight back. Get it back to 2 converted tries, the difference. Levi and Weeks slipped and passed. Tip on Timokor. Now Kotrick. At his Origin best, he can bust tackles. He's shown a bit of that form tonight. Still 10 from the line. Levi. Smithies. Strange. The step. Doesn't mind backing himself. Look at him wrestle through a couple and offload. Now Canberra. Whitehead held it up just a fraction. Timokor away from the attempted tackle of Talau. And another offload. The Raiders are having a go. Kyo Weeks flung to ground, 10 away. 4th it is. Raiders. Levi in front of the post. Bubbly, he'll back himself. And a set restart for Canberra. Levi now will crash over. Whitehead has done it. I said in the first half, the ultimate warrior for the Raiders. They won't go away tonight, the Raiders.
Well, he stayed in the game, hasn't he? He set up the first try for Wicks with a beautiful flick pass in the first half, then backs himself. I was just about to say, what a great tackle from Luke Brooks on a rampaging Papali'i. And then the quick play the ball straight away. Look at the numbers. I can't put him on the ground. Whitehead gets the football close to the ruck, spins out of Tommy's tackle. Can't make the assist. Waddell it was that come in over the top. And that's a clever try. Been out a long period of time, but knows how to play this bloke. Involved in the first try with the flick pass and scores the second for the Raiders. They're not done with yet.
Joined the club 2016. Up until this year, has averaged almost 24 games a year. He's been so durable. And now at 34, the calf injury struck him down this year. There's no question. There's been multiple times tonight. He's been down for the count. His flick pass set up the first try, but I think he feels the duty. We've got a lot missing, and he's in a leadership role. He is trying his heart out. And I think that can be said of the whole Canberra performance.
Yeah, they've played well. Look, it hasn't been. I don't think the scoreboard reflects it, and certainly not now that they've got that another try. Well, their second try converts this one, 24-12.
Stacks of time.
You know, you get a big lift after you score.
Well, you can't eliminate the errors that led to the try, but 2 of the tries in the first half were just the only 2 mistakes Canberra had made through the first 25 minutes led to Manly tries directly.
Anthony Seabell's making a reaction. He's putting the big boppers back on. The Secca is coming back onto the field. Bullymore
needs to kick every 1 weeks, and he's got it. There it is. They're still in the contest. They will not go away. Manly 24, Canberra 12. Good start to this Friday night on Fox League with the Broncos and the Roosters to follow.
Well, that's experience there from Whitehead. What a leader he is. He's been out of the game for a long period of time, but been involved, well, scored one and put one on. Just knows exactly when to put himself into the game. This next set's going to tell us a story about the Raiders here.
Well, just a bit of team news on the next game. Broncos 1-17. And for the Roosters, White will start Tupanua from the bench. Sherry Evans, wobbly kick, pulled up nicely for the Raiders. And they're ready to go again. Wow, if they score next, crowd have sort of been pretty relaxed about things tonight since the early tries. And then the scoreboard, could be a few nerves. Starling is on. Raiders with Mooney carrying a couple of defenders with him up to the 40-metre line. Under instructions, run when you can. This time, Smithies and Hudson Young. Well, what must be said, it's a vast improvement, Canberra, on 40-0.
Well, that's what you want from your team. If you're the coach, Ricky Stewart, we know how hardened he is. Not only as a player, but as a coach, it's a great response from him. Especially with so many players down. Everyone would love to have the full complement of players, but it's the blokes who come in. We've got to give the effort. Wicks has been good for the Canberra Raiders, a young half.
Very few games between the 7 and 6 weeks, and Strange. So Manly on their 20, and Canberra doing a fair job in defence here. Trying to keep the Sea Eagles in their danger zone. Brown has other intentions. Back to the 30. Now Tom up on the front line, over the 40. That's a really good couple of hit-ups for Manly. Just like that, they're 25 metres further upfield. Sets up Cherry Evans for the kick.
Well, you know, Tommy would appreciate that run too there, straight away from Nathan Brown. Quick play the ball, you're straight on. You get a quick play the ball and you're playing fullback with the speed that Tebojevic has got. You get on that front foot pretty quickly.
23 and a half to go. This man, Timothy. There he goes, just shrugs away. How strong the upper body. 5 tackle busts again tonight for Matt Timicol.
3.
It's now 40 for the season.
Check the 3 right there. Can we push up, Corey?
40 through 9 rounds. Croker well and truly split there above the left eye.
Weekly occurrence for this bloke.
Played just the one game in his time at Canberra. His debut was the only game he played in first grade. Back in 2016 against the Roosters. Round 2 it was. Very valuable for Manly.
3.
Well, going up and answering the question, I would have thought that he'd be happy with the break.
Tackle 3.
Been out on his feet a few times.
Come back on.
Possession. Away from the Manly line. 2 tackles left in this set. Starling gets strained. Going down the left. Just tipped on. Touched by Chris. Hopewadi with the ball. What sort of kick can they come up with here? Surely they challenge for one of these bombs. Strange with it. There's chasers there. It's Manly retreating defence that get to the ball. Tom pulled out of it. Garrick it was who ended up with it for Manly.
Well, he's been in the wars a little bit, Garrick. He scored a couple of tries tonight, but gee, they put some pressure on him. He's hobbling out there again.
Oh, another error from Manly. And there is Canberra getting one back. Whitehead's got another one. It's gone from 12 to 12. Corey Waddell loses the ball. It lands straight in the lap of Elliott Whitehead, who had the same happen to him in the first half. I'm telling you, the Raiders are not going anywhere here,
they're not done yet. They've scored back-to-back tries now, and both of them to Elliott. What a knock it's been. Just lands straight in the lap. They can't make the tackle. The big man scores under the posts. I'll tell you what, if you want any sort of confidence, you score back-to-back tries when you're behind. Gives you a little bit of belief in this guy. Whitehead again for the Canberra Raiders. Not a bad place to score too, right under the posts. He'll be filthy in himself. Waddell, a lost ball. You've seen the pass from dummy half.
I'm giving you some
just a bit over
feedback.
his shoulder.
Okay, and it hasn't showed that.
Whitehead on the spot.
All right, he's got his 4th career double. He can play the game show. How many games since he got his last double in first grade, Blocker? Have a guess.
Geez, I'll say 6 years.
No, how many games?
Oh, games.
Yes.
I'll say 80, something.
Higher. It's 133. I won't prolong the agony
Good
for
on
you.
him. How many has he played?
He's played plenty, but 133 since his last double. What a night to get it.
Well, I hope he gets a hat-trick.
Well, and he's flicked past to set up the first one.
There you go.
Now he's got 2 of his own, and he's even had a hand in the opposition's try.
And a good move now by Ricky Stewart to put Tarpany back on the field. He's coming back on right now. I don't know whether he's carrying a little bit of an injury, but that's the sort of player you put back on.
They're in and up to their eyeballs here, the Raiders. 24-18. No one tipped Canberra. Crowd, won't say totally silenced. Here is Elliott Whitehead's try involvement night. And we will leave out the drop off of the Talau try. Poor old Corey Waddell, eh? A moment. Funny game this, 24-18. After the red-hot start of Manly, they had 10 on the board through 17. They had 14-0 on the board after 23. Then Hopewadi goes to the sin bin. It's 20-0.
Croker's come off with that head knock too. Carl Lawton has gone on for Manly, so there's another change.
So for the record, since the 29th minute, Raiders lead 18-4. Quarter of the game to go. And those Raiders fans that have made the trip, if they have come all the way up from the nation's capital and thereabouts, they're a little excited. Chris
Whitehead's willed himself to get his side back in the game here, in the contest. Got a couple of other blokes need to get on board with him here.
Young with a run. Back on their 40-metre line. Starling now. He's done some good hit-ups since coming on. He's doing exactly what his coach wanted of him. Physically, they're matching them at the moment. Canberra and Manly. High bomb, not pinpoint. They still get a result. Kotrick with it. Kotrick, offload, second kick. Over the top, Kyo Weeks. Allowed to bounce by Tom. What are you doing? Tom now is going to be trapped in goal.
Yeah, well, that's a big play there from Wicks. Thought the ball was going to go dead in goal. Tommy took his time, chases it down. Weeks, he's had a good game. The double kick, beware of the double kick. Tommy looked a little bit casual at the back there. It landed on the goal line. I would have thought he would have attacked the ball there. There's still plenty of room to play.
He catches in goal. He 7 tackles set from the 20. Manly go long from the line dropout from Cherry Evans. Ricky's encouraged by his team. Tarpany back into the action. Here he goes. Offload count is 9-8 to the Raiders tonight. Conditions have improved. Mooney really strong. This could be 24 all in just a moment. They're 20 from the line. Tarpany. And Weeks continues to back himself. This time with Starling. Tarpany, dummy, turn, won't get the pass away. Papa's got a try on him in these occasions. He's close to the post. They come away to the right side. Weeks flicked on by Chris. Timiko, caught by Talau, got rid of him.
That was probably the time he should have passed it on the outside there.
Last tackle, Starling. Weeks, the kick across field, all the way to the wing. Canberra had a chance. Saab comes down with it. I think it was Strange. He ended up with nothing, but he was there.
Yeah, it was an air swing, wasn't it? At least he was competing for the football. Look at them trying to bridge up now, the Raiders. Big set for them defensively.
He went up and Hopewadi trying to knock it back. Just picked up by Saab. He's going to come down from a height. Manly with the ball on their own 30. And get a penalty, much needed, it has to be said. Late in the count as well, blocker, that hurts.
Yeah, just hanging around, in and around the play the ball there. Geez, they've had a few of them in this game. The Manly side, when they're working off their own line, 3 or 4 penalties that they've got, but Starling
Time off.
just didn't try hard enough to clear the ruck.
8-2 penalty count now, blocker. Starling more or less gave that one away.
Come on, boys. Let's go.
He dared the referee to ping him.
Geez, it's hard to win when it's 8-2.
This,
Win games.
Tom Trbojevic had to go 30 metres down the field to get the ball there. Tom wouldn't throw it back.
Time on.
So Tom went and got it. That's seen that very often. No respect.
You think they'd kick it back?
Well, you would.
It is Tommy. He's the nicest bloke in the game.
So Manly from the restart. Allier with the ball. Well, first time tonight you've had to say Manly need to score next. Canberra with momentum. You wouldn't want them to get the 24 all. Sea Eagles will look to their main men, DCE or Tom Trbojevic. Maybe Brooks can come up with a big play. Here he is, Cherry Evans. Now Trbojevic on it goes for Kohler. And Kotrick's there again with a bumping tackle. 30 from the line. Cherry Evans. Allier, centre field. Lawton on, working the dummy half duties. To the right with Brooks. Cherry Evans delivers short that time. But they're on bully more quickly, the Raiders defenders. It was Strange down low. Last tackle Manly. Kick from Brooks. They will challenge. There's Manly players everywhere. They've got the ball back. Atkins said 6 to go. I didn't see a Canberra hand in it. They've said 6 to go. It's with Trbojevic. He'll have a crack himself. Great defence. Manly fans lift. Leading by 6. Lawton, Brooks, Alloyer. 5 from the line. Lawton. Brooks has called for it. Cherry Evans was out the back. They don't find him. Hudson Young got up with Papali'i there in defence. Slows it down as well. Lawton, Jake Trbojevic, run himself. Canberra defenders everywhere there. Still on with Lawton and Cherry Evans. The short pass again. Raiders, oh, Savage.
Yeah, they'll play the first knock on here.
Ooh.
Gee, Savage clips that one up. He's gone. It would have been a great race. Pretty confident too, trying to scoop the ball up. You've got to give a rap to them defensively that time. They didn't wait for Manly to play. They got off their line, put some pressure on. They got 6 again. Starling.
Well, Weeks had a go. Did he actually touch it? Certainly it would appear to the referee, all in the run of play, the speed of it. Canberra certainly protested about it. Little touch from Weeks confirmed. So, and now a penalty, Canberra. Well, piggyback. Raiders, haven't seen many of them.
They'll be wanting to get on with it pretty quickly here. I would imagine the Raiders, they've had the better of the play the last 15.
14 minutes to go. 24-18. Again, Manly led 20-0. Raiders' first try was while they were down to 12 with Hopewadi in the sin bin. Not a whole lot of joy in the Manly box at the moment, the coach's box.
The coach looks a little bit nervous there. Arms folded. He's not happy.
Raiders 5 inside their own half. All the bench players have had game time now. Mooney offload back to Starling. They're still chancing their arm. Starling's beaten a couple. Tackled 42 away from the line. Big Papa's in the double half. The Weeks are going to kick and chase. The chase is being led by Timoko. He's in front. He turns right. Kotrick! He is a tightrope walker. Somehow he retained his balance. Canberra were rewarded for absolute daring. That That is superb from the Raiders.
Well, how good is it when they got rookie halves to put on a play like that under pressure? Needed to score next, something a little bit different. I mentioned a little bit earlier, they need to do something a little bit different here. Papa in the dummy half, the chip over the top. Tommy's caught in midfield. Look at the bounce. Kotrick, well done. He's had a real good game here defensively and finishes that try off beautifully on the touchline. Look at the bounce. You're just hoping that the ball would bounce here for the Raiders. Kotrick knows exactly where he's at, keeps in field.
Yes.
Great play.
Nick Tippy Toes Kotrick scores for Canberra.
But what a play from Weeks. Mate, that is sensational from a young half to have the courage to do that. Puts him right back in it.
Well, now he's got the kick from the touchline. You know, we sometimes get accused of, sometimes you're pushing false hope, but there was just a feel about this game. Canberra hadn't done a whole lot wrong and yet found themselves 20-0 down. Try confirmed, and now they're kicking for 24 all. We told you at halftime, no team has had more 14-plus comebacks, 14 points or more deficits wiped out and come back and win than the Raiders since 2020 in the NRL. It is in their Ricky Stewart coach DNA. They've blown a few, mind you, Block, as well. But they can draw on that, some of their players. Look, we've been here before. What a kick.
A little bit of pressure here.
Former Sea Eagle. Second game a Raider. Oh, he's taking some time. This is wonderful theatre. Weeks to square it up. No. Manly fans blowing it towards the sea. 24-22.
KO Weeks is having a great night out against his former side. Played 12 games for the Seagulls over the past couple of seasons. Signed a 2-year deal with the Raiders. Called into the side to replace Jamal Fogarty, and he's had a great night, some great kicking, a try of his own in the first half, and he's done an admirable job to get this Canberra side back in this game. It's a tough assignment for these young Canberra halves, the most inexperienced halves combination in the NRL up against the most experienced in DCE and Brooks and KO Weeks, and Ethan Strange done a really good job here. 2 points in it with 11 to go.
Yeah, how good. 11 and a half to go. First of two games on Fox League. Broncos and Roosters to come. Sherry Evans hooking it downfield. The Raiders are in it. Mooney on the run back. Said it before, but the game of rugby league is flying. Even when the stars are out now, the product is better. Even without the stars, you've got this quality of game now. And plays like that, produced by rookies, fantastic. Hudson Young on the run for Canberra. You see it all right here on Fox League. Gets them going, Hopewadi. Oh, there's an error. Manly force a mistake. Paseka went down low. Will that be costly for Canberra?
Well, it will. It just takes the wind out of the sails there for the Canberra Raiders. Hopewadi loses the football into one of the Manly players. Bullymore it is, but Paseka up under the ball. Big play from the big fella.
Better Captain's Challenge tonight. Next game, Broncos and Roosters here on Fox League. Sam Walker off his incredible performance on Anzac Day, and how good was his kicking. General play, his goal kicking, 10 from 10. Can he do it up there on the big stage, Suncorp? You're going to see it live here on Fox League. Up against Adam Reynolds, 7v7. It's a great battle. Reece Walsh, James Tedesco, take your pick. What a game. Manly 22 away from the Raiders line. Crowd having to play a job now. Manly not pinpoint. Trbojevic held up and on his back. Lawton, Jake Trbojevic, Paseka. In front of the post, the 2-point margin. Now the field goal's taken out of it. Manly with their noses in front. Brooks. And Cherry Evans already a try tonight. Almost crashed through the defence there. Chris, good tackle, last play. Brooks, the left footer. Here come the chasers. They're there. The ball for Manly. Big Saab has come down with it. His legs are long, his arms are too.
GM coming into 6.
Buckner will check it.
No try.
No try is the first
comes
call.
knocking off Ruben and then sub.
All right.
Well, they're saying it'll be where the direction, if it does come off Ruben first. Look how hard they chased here, the Manly side. Caught flat-footed there, Savage. Interesting to see. This probably won't tell us. Well, this shot will tell us.
Garrick, does he touch it? Maybe.
Well, if he does touch it, does it go to Savage or does it go back? He's deliberately trying to tap this ball back. What? Oh, jeez.
Does Saab knock it into Garrick's head? It is set up no try.
Well, it'll be no try if that's the case because he's in front of him.
Yeah, watch Saab's left hand bang and then hits Garrick's
Saab
head.
knocks the ball on into Ruben
Yep.
Garrick's head. The ball's
Into the
always
head.
travelling towards the opponent's dead ball line. We have a decision.
Savage would be, he got out jumped by both of them there. It's a sigh of relief from him. But that's the sort of play that they want, the Raiders. Little bit of luck going their way there. She's a long way from over this one.
Isn't what? There's time for plenty of tries, Block. 9 minutes. I mean, Golden Point isn't out of the question. It's not like referee Atkins hasn't blown a lot of penalties tonight. 11 in the game. Raiders fans are probably saying we're due one. Maybe one inside Manly's half. Paul with Cottrell.
And the Seagulls, they'll have to finish this game without their first choice hooker in Lachlan Croker. He has failed his HIA and will not return.
Duke with all the news right away from the sideline. Starling, Tarpany, Strange. Almost obstruction behind Young. Pulled it back, well done.
There's good play by Cherry Evans there just to spook him, just send him back on the inside.
Tarpany, a little bit of footwork, got him past Paseka. 35 away from the Raiders line. Starling. And then Strange again. No obstruction, they have to submit on the play. They've wasted 2 tackles in the set. Last it is Theo Weeks. Kick high to the corner of Kohler, to Lau, batted back to Nicole, tries a second kick. And that's out on the full.
Yeah, just didn't get the angle there, did he? Tim Cole.
On the Pittwater Road. 2-point field goal is also in the mix at 24-22 with 8 to go. Wouldn't that be something?
Gee,
Weeks has had a night.
Gee, I'd like it
He
if
steps
Fogarty
up.
was playing.
Yeah, that's true.
How about Weeks?
Well, he kicked field goals consecutive weeks. Did Jamal Fogarty. Anything could happen from here. Kohler on the run back for Manly. Lawton switches left side. Allier, the run. He's the only Manly forward to run for over 100 metres so far tonight. Jake Trebojevic, Paseka will join him now with that little carry. Takes him over the 100. Held up by Young. Lawton, good run. Strips 10 off them. Last tackle Manly. From Trebojevic. Cherry Evans. A bomb. And that's come off the side of the boot. Saab's up on the hill. And the ball finds touch.
In the middle, on that cross there, boys.
Well, they're being persistent, trying to kick that side, trying to out-jump Savage. You have a look at the size of Saab. Football back here. Again, working off the right line. Poor the Raiders. You're thinking, can we please get in the attacking zone? Give us a penalty to get down there.
You know, going in tonight, Canberra did not have a player in their 17 who would kick the goal in the NRL. So they've come in without even a goal kicker of note at this level. And now, do they have someone who can step up and kick a field goal? Ricky could. Could Ricky get in disguise and go out there and put one over from 50? Raiders are 5 metres inside their own half. Starling, Tarpany. Into the Manly half they go. Now Smithies off Starling. Strange wrapped around. Ball is with Sebastian Chris. Bullymore, Garrick the defenders. Strange, a bomb on the last. Not his highest. Not his highest by Andy. Strange. Manly have lost it again.
Here's the chance.
Was that almost offside? Canberra, Whitehead is saying offside, but Grant Atkins is saying it touched a Raider
They're going to challenge.
on the way through. Now, if it hasn't touched a Raider, it will be an offside play. Canberra penalty,
I've got the
15
knock
out.
on. Canberra challenging that an offside player picks it up. In my opinion, it touches a Raider in between.
Bunker. This
Canberra challenging.
is huge.
Hoping for the penalty, not the scrum.
It negates the offside if it touches an opponent on the way through.
Raiders kick
That is the way
Jason
Atkins
onside.
saw it. A little nervous Manly fans watching this. So off Saab there. Does it touch?
Jason Saab knocks the ball on. We just need to see if Morgan Smithies touches the ball.
But does it make a difference if
Yes,
it goes
does.
back?
Yeah, no, if it touches Morgan
Touches him.
Smithies' arm, it's then not an offside penalty play. So here is Smithies. Arm is close. He'll have a go.
How good's that camera work?
He'll have a go. They watch the rotation of the ball.
That's right. What do you think?
No, you'll pay the big dollars for the call, Block.
It's inconclusive as to
There you
whether
go.
Morgan Smithies touches the ball or not based on the camera angles. The challenge will be retained and the on-field decision of a Manly knock-on will
So
stand.
no penalty shot.
Well, here's the chance now.
I think it's about 12 out. Okay, both still got challenges. You keep your challenge, Canberra.
Canberra, what about the position in the
Come
middle
in.
of the park?
5 minutes, 39 seconds on the clock.
What a comeback. 20-6 at half-time.
It's been a hell of an entree on a Friday night ahead of the main course. This Raiders in with a chance, having trailed by 20, which was plenty. Weeks to play it, 11 from the line. This would be quite stunning if they hit the front. Mariota with a ball.
Alloway, is it?
7 away, Aloye with a hit. Starling goes left. Strange the kid, 19 years of age. Caught in the tackle, Paseka, Pullymore. Raiders, Smithies, Weeks. Delivers to Whitehead. What price a hat-trick from Elliott. Starling, then Mariota. The ground, bit of a nothing play. Still chances. Canberra left and right, Starling, Weeks.
6 again.
Set restart. Manly testing the patience now with the referee. Starling to Tarpany. Tarpany 5 away. If it's repeated infringements, he can blow penalty. Starling there. Raiders are set left. Weeks to Strange. Out the back to Chris. On it comes Hopewadi. Driven across field. Garrick and Saab. Raiders, can they find Timiko on the right side? Just give him some early ball. Young down in the tackle. 8 from the line. Starling, they'll come Timiko's way. Weeks, Whitehead comes back in field. Runs out of options there. Held by Bullymore and Aloye. Last tackle Raiders, trailing by 2. Stranger's kick is perfect! And would you believe it? Hudson Young has put Canberra in front.
Gee, you can see him building for that, couldn't you? He does it a lot of times, Hudson Young. Prolific try scorer over the years for the Canberra Raiders. But what about that for a little dab kick in and behind? Still 4 minutes left on the clock, but what a time to score for the Raiders, and what a comeback. They got caught flat-footed. Strange with the little grubber kick. Hudson on the outside, scores the try, Hudson Young. Tommy just a little bit slow to come across. Hudson Young, gee, does it a lot. Big times in games, scores the try for the Raiders.
If they win from here, this is a club that entered the competition, the old New South Wales Rugby League in 1982. 42 years ago, it would be only the 4th time they've come back from a 20-point deficit to win. If you miss the first half, at the 29-minute mark, Manly in front of home fans led 20-0. Since that time, it is 26-4, and part of that period, the Raiders played with 12 men. This is incredible.
And they scored when they had 12 men too. That's the big thing. The Raiders were able to score. 1 man down, Hopewadi in the sin bin. And what a finish we're about to see here.
11 into the second half. Manly had extended the lead out to 18 again. 26-24. The Raiders with a record in their history of bouncing back every time they are thrashed to 0. They've come back and won on 8 previous occasions. You thought the Ben Hornby stat last night was incredible. Hold my beers there, Canberra. As Kyo Weeks. Levitt from touch. To take the 2-point field goal out of play for Manly. And we know Cherry Evans can kick one. Important kick. Weeks, no. Stabs it out to the right. Under 3 to go. Options are plenty if Manly are to force Golden Point.
Very important to complete. Get to your kick as long as you can. Make Manly play off their own line. You've got a couple of sets each left in this game. Look at that, Strange, great kick. Right on the spot, Hudson Young. Look at Ricky, he's loving it.
Hudson Young third in the VB rankings at the moment. I think since the 29-minute mark, there's probably 17 Raiders in that. Cherry Evans has gone short. Manly will compete. Canberra fly high. Was it lost by the Raiders? It was. Savage lost the ball. With a challenge, you just fire in, don't you? Yes, you do. You play the card.
Have to.
So you pull it up.
We'll get to it. If you're going to challenge, you've got the right to challenge.
There we go.
Okay, I've got a challenge, Adam, from Canberra.
So,
Live decision is
Manly.
double knock-on. First one from Canberra. Yeah, mate,
of course, if they're inside the 40, then they're going try. Cherry Evans, 27 field goals in his career.
Onside.
Luke Brooks has 7, but they need a 2-pointer at 26-24.
That's knocked on by Savage. Has to be.
The ball hits the left hand of Xavier Savage, just looking for perspective.
Yeah. The only thing that will be challenging is any attack in the air. If you're satisfied that those two Manly players are playing for the ball,
the ball then travels towards the opponent's dead ball line and is also knocked on by Ethan Bullimore. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Just for Canberra, Manly ball.
Alrighty, what happens here, Block? 2 minutes 34 on the clock.
Well, what do you reckon Tommy will be thinking? Tommy Turbo at the back. Will it be him or Cherry Evans? Or will it be Luke Brooks taking the line on? They've got some guns in their side. They're not dead and buried.
Stunning night here at Four Pines Park if the Raiders hang on. Manly from the scrum. The ball has gone forward. And it is play on. Oh, we didn't see that coming. Manly fall apart. The wagon loses 2 wheels. 26-24. What an amazing moment that was. Mariota to play it on halfway. What did just happen? What on earth happened from this scrum? They do a little scrum-based play.
Well, again, it was a knock on there from the Manly side. 0 tackle too. Yeah, it's going to be hard to win from here.
I don't think Canberra deserve to lose. I think they've done enough. 90 seconds to go. Manly should get one more possession. That is, of course, if the Raiders don't score here.
But it was 0 tackle, the mistake too. They didn't even get the chance to build any momentum.
So left side. The last play, do you just try and keep it in the corner or do you go the attacking play? You don't want 7 tackle set. You can't concede that. They will just take it to the corner. They're saying, Manly, do your best. Do your best from 10 out from your own line.
Look at them shorten up the defensive line here. Look at the speed of the line. Manly under pressure now. They're going to come up with a miracle
well,
point.
Manly either have to be long-range try or in 4 tackles get inside the Raiders' half for 2-point field goal, which would only give them, at best, Golden Point. That's the scenario. Jake Trebojevic. Brooks is with the ball. He's up over the 40-metre line. Now they get a bit of field position. Cherry Evans knows the story. He can kick him off his right and his left.
Great tackle, Starling.
They're inside the Raiders' half. One more will put it in front of the posts. It's one play for the 2-point field goal. Lauded to Cherry Evans. Loads it up. Strike is fading away. The Raiders, they're going to do it. Cherry Evans misses. 26-24 seconds to go.
They've only scored the 1 try in the second half. The Manly side, with full credit here to the Canberra Raiders. Away from home too after being flogged last week. Haven't they got some ticker?
They have done it again. For the 9th time, the week after being thrashed to 0, they come back to win. That is as bizarre as it gets. Check your calendar, is it Easter? Because it may be a miracle. Canberra have beaten Manly from 20-0 down. Now just hang on, Grant Atkins says surrender tackle, and now blows time off and all over.
Jake, can you go away? You missed a period of time, right?
Voluntary tackle, they're saying everything. At the end of the day, I will go with the licence of describing this as a famous Canberra Raiders victory. Unbelievable.
Haven't they got some ticker? We mentioned Cherry Evans there. He hit it nicely, just faded away. The back end of the kick.
Good work by Starling, made short, no contact with a leg. You know, we've seen penalties. Manly know it. Manly know it.
Gee, you talk about one that got away there. And against two, I think the penalties ended up, was it 9-3 or 8-3 or something like that? That's a big effort.
8-3 penalty count blocked to the home side. Raiders ended up with a few more set restarts than Manly. But, you know, 20-0 home ground. Manly, surely they get home from there. What a night for the Green Machine. Full time. Canberra 26, Manly 24.